done that.
Yeah, and when you consider the travel and stuff too, they haven't missed a beat. It's not easy to take those overseas trips. Not like I'm a world traveler, but that's what I hear. Baylor wins the tap. Jana Van Geitenbeek, the maestro, drops it off for Dariana Littlepage-Buggs, and we are underway. Early turnover forced by Moyne. There is Baragas. Right side she goes. Eli Clark has it knocked away by Van Geitenbeek. Moyne grabs possession, but an offensive foul.
Yeah, you talked about the travel. Moyne has been on the road to start the season. Baylor's coming from UNLV. Just kind of a sloppy, sleepy start today, but hopefully they can get it together.
How about that turnaround for Baylor? You don't see that too often in college. That's like an NBA turnaround. They played in Vegas, as we mentioned, on Friday in less than 48 hours. Here they are back in action at home at 2 p.m.
Yeah, and I was actually talking to Coach Tony Green earlier. He was telling me they're a little tired. The staff is tired. They've been working, but changing time zones from Paris to West Coast time zone, now back to Central. So hopefully they can get all that stuff out today.
So clock is stopped. There is Zach Brost right there. One of our officials today, joined by Angel Kent and Nina Norman. 14 on the shot clock. Bella Fauntleroy getting set to put it in bounds here. Van Geitenbeek controls right side. Here's Talia Scott, averaging more than 25 points a game. Drops it off for Johnson, and she's fouled. Foul was on the floor, so Baylor will have to have a sense of urgency with 8 on the shot clock. Littlepage-Buggs, nice fake. Leaving defenders in her wake, knocks down her first short 2 of the night.
Now, we've been talking a lot about Talia Scott and the impact she's had on this team, but Dariana Littlepage-Buggs will be a big part of this season's success if they want to go far.
The senior from Oklahoma City has Baylor on the board. Baylor takes it away. Talia Scott into the forecourt. Tried to thread the needle. Baragas takes it away. Wangalo controls across the timeline. Working on Scott. Finds some space. High off the glass over the outstretched arms of Littlepage-Buggs is no good. Littlepage-Buggs aggressive early, and why not? 4 points for her, 4-0 Baylor.
I feel like she must have heard me in the open. I knew she needed a little bit of a shout out, a little bit of a boost to get off to this good start today.
You snuck her in there too. Nothing sneaky about that. Littlepage-Buggs takes it away, and she's got the first 6 points of the game and a red hot hand.
Yeah, I just had a feeling. I just had a good feeling today was her day. I was here the other night when she played and she struggled. They double teamed her, they packed the paint, but you see her getting off to a good, energetic start today.
Had 12 rebounds against UNLV, but is doing it so far in the scoring column for Baylor. Baragas into the corner, and Moyne loses it in and out of the hands of Caden Clark. And there is Nikki Collin. 105-36, her career at Baylor. An accomplished coach in the WNBA, and really just one of those, doesn't really look it, right? Because she's on the younger side, but just an old school. She just eats up tape and always is X's and O's people to death, right?
Yeah, that was my coach. You know, I have a lot of love for her, so she's definitely an X's and O's. She's definitely a get-it-done kind of person, but she loves her players. She's a player's coach, and I think that's why people love playing for her.
How much tape did you guys watch with her? A lot?
More than we needed. No, I'm just kidding. Just enough, just enough. But she is definitely heavy in the film room.
I'm going with that first statement. Moyne has turned it over 4 times, trying to restore order right now. Still within arm's length. 7 minutes remaining in the first quarter. Sierra Lennon, the southpaw, knocks down a tray.
Yeah, really nice shot right there. The left-handed, like you said, southpaw, just created a little bit of space and was able to knock it down.
Johnson inside. Fauntleroy finishes off the window. Another 3 try. That's how Lemoyne's going to have to try to stay in this game. Second opportunity. Quick trigger. In and out. Little Paige Buggs grabs her first board of the evening. Offensive foul. Second team foul. There is Nick DiPillo, second season at Lemoyne, 8-25 last year, had a stint as an assistant coach at Seton Hall and Pitt. Baragas controls. Threading the needle, back door. Little Paige Buggs ties up Lennon. Jump ball, possession arrow favors Lemoyne.
Yeah, Lemoyne's going to need to find a way to get some shots up. They're getting the ball down the court. They want to play fast, but they're struggling to get their shot up against the length of Baylor.
Eli Clark working on Jana Van Geitenbeek. Shot clock at 5. Baragas working on Johnson, uses her body to create space and finishes.
Yeah, really good move. She was really patient right there. She let the shot blocker fly by. We talked about earlier, Baylor is a shot blocking team. So you have to watch out for the shot blockers.
Strong to the hole. Talia Scott's first 2 of the night. Baylor a perfect 5 of 5 from the floor. Interception on this NFL Sunday. Van Geitenbeek right back to Johnson, who finishes.
Just a perfectly executed 2-on-1 fast break. Pass the ball, get it back to your big, put it in the basket.
And that's one of the many reasons Jana Van Geitenbeek is so special. That ball barely touched her hands before it was right back to Johnson.
Yeah, she knows what to do. She's their veteran presence on this team, and she may not be scoring all the points, but she keeps them level, steady, like you said, that senior presence.
Knocking down a big jump shot is Eli Clark, her first bucket of the afternoon. 5-point game. Bella Fauntleroy glides the 2 more, getting some contact at the end. She finishes at 7 points early. Baylor has made 7 of their last 7 shots. Let's see how they defend. Long 3 is no good for Lennon. Long rebound scooped up by Van Geitenbeek. Talia Scott controls. Nice pass. Great vision, finds little Paige Buggs, who finds 2 more points.
Yeah, we talked a lot about Talia Scott scoring, but she can pass the ball too. She leads the team in assists, and right there to a hot Dariana Little Paige Buggs.
Wide open 3, short. Eli Clark again off the mark. Baylor has made their last 8 shots. Talia Scott, like a surgeon, to the hole, high off the glass. Give her a shot at 1 more. Bears rolling early. A 6-0 run for Baylor over the last minute. They have made their last 9 field goals as well, a 9-point advantage.
Only having 7 or 8 players and turning it into the season that we did and winning the Big 12 that year. And since then, you've seen she sustained success. But I think it's all about the foundation that you build and players seeing how we were able to play, how we got the freedom to play. And so now everybody wants to be a part of it.
She is one of the hottest coaches in the country. A hot hand right there. Peyton Dincher. 19-10, Baylor advantage. Bears have made their last 9 field goals. Little Paige Buggs with the left hand make it 10 straight.
And that's one thing Coach Nikki will do. If you are hot or you are on, she will keep going to you. She will keep feeding the high hand. And you see right there, right out of the timeout, they drop a play for Little Paige Buggs.
Whistle, foul on the floor. Looks like it'll be offensive foul on Moyne. It's called on Amaya McLeod, her first. Talia Scott, 7th in the country in points per game with 25.3. Little Paige Bugs, 10 points on 5 of 5 shooting, making the extra pass there. Ball is knocked away out of the hands of Abraham. They scramble for it, and eventually we get a travel.
And I thought she should have went up with that initial catch. Talia, when you catch it, shoot the three. That's what you've been doing for this team, but she obviously wanted to get a little fancy there. I told you she's a big-time shot maker.
A big-time shot maker. Coach Collin calls her a professional scorer, and she has shown us that so far this season. And a foul on Abraham, her first. Wangalo inbounds, and we've got a foul. Second foul on Bella Fauntleroy. Another look at it, Fauntleroy.
Yeah, you just can't run the defense over. You either go under or you go over, but you can't run through them.
Yu-Ting Dunn checks into the game, replacing Fauntleroy. Talia Scott shakes and bakes. She's free, a little too strong. Ngala with the rebound. From the mid-corner, Rachel Lynch kicks it back outside. Here's Wangalo. Talia Scott diving in the passing lanes, almost created a turnover. Dincher knocked out of bounds with 8 on the shot clock.
Yeah, Moyne is struggling with too many tip balls from Baylor. They're handing it off, they're bounce passing it, it's getting tipped, it's getting altered. It's just so difficult to get into a flow when the ball is not moving seamlessly.
Van Guyton beat back into the game for Baylor as Moyne basically pulls off a shift change. 4 players come in and 4 players go out. Lennon, one of the players back into the game, pumps it into the corner, and Clark, her 3 tries off the mark, and Abraham rips the board. Van Guyton beat one of the quickest players in college basketball to Johnson, who is way off. Little Paige Buggs creates her own rebound, and she'll have a shot at one more with the hoop and harm.
I just feel like my double-double, I just inspired her today. She's done nothing but exactly what we expect. 12 points and 2 rebounds, and we're not even out of the first quarter yet.
6 of 6 shooting, her 58th career game with double-figure scoring. You've seen a lot of those. Been really cool to watch this young woman just grow up before our eyes as a person and as a player.
Yeah, and I think she came in having a really strong rebounding resume, but I think her offensive game has expanded. Last year, she took more threes than she had in the previous year, so by the time this season is over, she's going to be a scary player.
Bears up 14. Quick release, splash. Another big 3 from Lennon.
And they all have really quick releases on their threes. They're getting them up quick before you can even contest.
Offensive foul. Take another look at this free.
Yeah, you see Markayla Johnson just decides to go under the screen on a shooter. You can't go under. It's too much space for them. They get it off quickly.
Second foul on Abraham, so she takes a seat on the bench in favor of Nelms. Kayla Nelms into the basketball game.
And I think Baylor's staff was trying to argue maybe a flop, they didn't really like the call. They thought their player was set, and now you see that's 2 fouls on 2 players on Baylor on calls like that.
Quick shot for Lennon. rattles out. Another rebound for little Paige Bugs. Whips it ahead, baseball pass to Scott. So Talia Scott 5 points on 2 of 4 shooting. That was her first 3 miss. Averaging 25 points a game, 7th in scoring points per game in the country. Baragas. Another 3 around and out. Clark off the mark there. Moyne 3 of 10 from beyond the arc. Clearly, that is the blueprint to success for them.
Yeah, that's what they want to do. They are shooting them, not only a lot of them, but fast. So Baylor needs to make sure. Some of those were halfway down and out, so they need to make sure they're getting hands up.
Talia Scott tried to thread the needle for Nelms, poked away, out of bounds. 3.2 seconds left on the shot clock. What do you like here off the inbound?
I think you go to little Paige Bugs. I think she has the height advantage. She has the athletic ability, just something right at the rim.
Van Geitenbeek will inbound. You could tell her first look was the little Paige Bugs. She couldn't get free, knocked out of bounds. Shot clock is turned off. 6.8 seconds left in the first quarter.
I think Moyne was thinking what we were thinking. Like, we're not going to let little Paige Bugs score, so make somebody else score.
Play being held up right now. I'm trying to figure out why.
Oh, maybe they didn't reset the shot clock. They're going to give them
So it's, oh, look at this.
left. Yeah.
1.1 on the shot clock now.
If that's correct.
So the scores table is working on it, and a thumbs up. So 1.5 on the shot clock. Bears will have to hurry. Scott, quick trigger. Off the mark. Didn't hit the rim in time. Shot was off, but it didn't hit the rim in time.
Wait, it did hit the rim, so I'm confused why they...
Well, here's my guess. You know more than me on this, but so the shot, she released it, but it didn't hit the rim till after the shot clock expired. Does that make sense?
No, I think that's okay. I think
it is okay, but it's got to hit the rim,
yeah,
right?
they should have played it out. Dariana should have been credited for that rebound and put it back in, but everyone's confused. Like, I'm with Coach Collin right here. Like, what are we doing? Oh, now we have a review.
So we do have a review. They'll head over to the scores table.
It clearly hit the back of the rim on the shot. I am not sure why play stopped when her player had the ball underneath the basket.
Let's take another look. Quick explanation, which Coach Collin does not like.
Yeah, so she gets the shot off in time. It hits the rim.
Previous
play
play
should continue as if and Dariana just throws it out of bounds. Like,
so the only way, because you're right, the only way that shouldn't be a reset of the shot clock is if it was an air ball, but it wasn't.
Right, but she hit the rim, so she should have put it back in the basket instead of throwing it out of bounds. I'm not sure. I just want to know if little Paige Bugs is still going to get her rebound that she clearly got before the buzzer.
Well, she'll definitely get 2 more points.
To add to her 15-point performance. And as I spoke to earlier, she's expanded that offensive game that I think they were looking for in her early years.
Van Geitenbeek deposits. And right into the bank is little Paige Bugs with points 16 and 17.
I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Collin runs the rest of the plays in the game for Dariana Little Paige Bugs, because she has that type of game.
22 points in the paint for Baylor, just 2 for Moyne. Baragas, hard take on Nelms, just too strong. And the foul, as Van Geitenbeek fought for the rebound, is assessed to Caden Clark.
And Baylor just doing a good job of playing without fouling, because they're looking to draw those fouls when they drive to the basket, and they're just doing a good job of keeping their hands straight up. Right here you see Kyla Nelms just straight up and down, making her shoot over her.
Strong take for Dunn, in and out. Nelms almost over the back of Baragas, but backs off. Losing the handle on that was Wangalo. Knocked out of bounds, Baylor basketball. Kirsten Johnson from Duncanville, Texas into the basketball game. 5 blocks for her versus UNLV. Van Geitenbeek won't see that every day, loses the handle. Turnover. 3-trap over the rainbow, way off that time is Linnet. Talia Scott hesitates into the teeth of the defense, draws the foul.
Yeah, she didn't make that one, but I told you she is going to attack. She is relentless in trying to find her spots and her shots. You said Coach Collin refers to her as a professional scorer, and I think she's going to get it done by any means.
Made her first free throw of the game to tack on one more after a 3-point play. 90% on the season. Misses the front end. The Auburn transfer missed most of last season with an injury. He's been making up for lost time so far in 25-26. 16-point advantage for Baylor. Nice cut to the hole by Wangalo.
Yeah, that was a nice finish right there. She avoided the shot blocker and was able to use her inside hand. Because as you mentioned, Baylor is one of the top shot blocking teams in the country.
Van Geitenbeek has been cold this season from the floor and from 3 off there. Done, good defense. And we mentioned the shot blocking prowess for this Baylor defense.
And you see, it's not just the post players, it's the guards. The guards are getting their hands on tips on other guards, and then you have the post players with your help defense sending those shots away.
Baylor comes into this game ranked 11th in the country in blocks per game with 7.9. Wangalo loses her feet, regains traction and the basketball. Shot clock at 3. Moyne will have to hurry. Finally getting the memo, and off the mark is Clark. Rebound Baylor. Van Geitenbeek probes, kicks it out. Here's Johnson, losing the handle. Nelms gathers, 15 on the shot clock. Van Geitenbeek will reset. Dunn weaves through traffic, absorbs the contact, and that's the way that Coach Collin has wanted to see her play this season. Be aggressive, be physical, maybe a little bit too much finesse, and right there she draws a foul.
Yeah, she's definitely a more physical type of coach. Wants you to take the contact, finish through the contact. She likes the finesse, but only if you're completing those plays. If not, she wants to get something from it. She wants to get a foul. She wants to get some type of conversion from those plays.
A whistle and a foul underneath. 3 seconds on Nelms.
She was open. I feel like it's one of those plays. She was trying to make a statement like, I'm going to stand here and get 3 seconds because I'm open. No, I don't think she did that, but she was open. They need to look for it.
That was Baylor's 7th turnover. Moyne has 8. Actually flipped that around. Moyne with 7, Baylor with 8. Abraham into the game with Bella Fauntleroy as Nelmsley Johnson head to the bench. Another three off the mark, and Fauntleroy quickly in on the act, grabs the rebound. Van Guyton surgical, puts it in reverse to Fauntleroy, and the foul is called on the floor.
Yeah, Baylor's been kind of getting a little sloppy here. I mean, they're not running away with this game quite yet. It's only a 14-point contest. I think Coach Collin will want them to clean up some of these angles they're trying to pass from, some easy turnovers. As you mentioned, they have more turnovers than Moyne.
You don't seem happy about that. I like that. I like the player in you.
I don't like turnovers. In general, I don't like turnovers.
Ooh, extra pass by Fauntleroy, maybe one too many. Another turnover.
Just unnecessary turnovers. Like, she was not open, and that's okay. Just move the ball and save the possession.
9th turnover of the early afternoon. Still 6:28 left in quarter number 2. Remember, this is a Baylor team, and not trying to give them any excuses, but played in Paris not too long ago, and then in Vegas on Friday night playing UNLV, turning around in 48 hours back at home for an afternoon game. Travel miles and the time accumulating, and so are the blocks for Dunn. 2nd of the afternoon.
And she's made an impact on the defensive end. She's come in and had 2 big blocks to save open shots. Just another look, gets off her feet, doesn't foul, avoids the contact, and able to block the shot.
Showing off athleticism and timing. And a big smile there. Four on the shot clock. Inside. Johnson knocked to the ground. Van Guyton Fauntleroy tees up a tray and drills it. 4th assist of the afternoon for the floor general, Van Guyton for Fauntleroy, her first 3.
And she started off hot, but she had to go to the bench with those 2 fouls. So good to see her get ready to get back in this game and compete.
Ooh, forearm shiver delivered by McLeod. Officials notice it, will go the other way. It's been like a hockey team for Moyne. They just keep players a quick rotation over and over, which I guess is how you stay fresh and try to compete with a team like Baylor. If you're Moyne, the team that you mentioned it off the top of the broadcast has just turned Division I.
Yeah, they want to play fast, so they're trying to just get them in and out, pressure the ball. But they can't stop Bella Fauntleroy. They keep leaving her open for 3.
Second 3 from the exact same spot on the floor. She is now 2 of 2 from deep, and the lead is 20. Knocked out of bounds. And when we come back, it'll be Baylor basketball.
Yeah, just another look. She was on the bench for a long time going out of that first quarter, but has come back on fire. Back-to-back 3s for Bella Fauntleroy.
Visit BaylorExperience.com or scan the QR code now to purchase a basketball group experience for your next visit to Boston.
obviously competitive opponents, coming on the road and testing yourself with the #7 team in the country. But I think it will prepare them for who they have to play in their conference.
Bella Fauntleroy, man, it's like she didn't even move. Tried to make 3 straight from that spot. Scott corrals it, absorbs some contact, drops it off. Fauntleroy, strong take. Check that, Little Paige Bugs. Banged the ball on the deck and just went right up.
Yeah, you couldn't believe it was her because she already has 19 and 5, but it's still her. She's still out there doing her thing.
9 of 9 from the floor, by the way. Shot clock at 10. Dincher dribbles with the left hand. Calls for some help. Here's McLeod. Gonna have to hurry, loses the handle. Whistle is blown. Out of control, offensive foul.
And Baylor continues to just do a good job of staying in front, not fouling. And it looks like Moyne is just running players over. That's now the 2nd offensive foul we've seen on them. So they need to figure out a way to score from the field without running through the defense. Literally running through them.
And just 2 points in this 2nd quarter right now for Moyne, with 6 minutes gone. Scott. Fauntleroy, too strong. Offensive board for the Bears. Little Paige Bugs calling for it. Johnson will drop it off to Scott. The Auburn transfer, who's been lighting it on fire this season, will go back to the free throw line. Aggressive take.
She's always going to find a way. She just continues to put her head down. She's not having her best shooting day, but it also is hard to keep up scoring with 25 points per game this season that she's done. So just still finding a way to put points in the basket from the free throw line.
What are these games like for a player? Like they call them, air quotes, like bye games, I mean, obviously Baylor expected to win, but you still have to keep your edge from wire to wire, and can be difficult sometimes, I would imagine.
Yeah, I can say I don't think I've ever played good in one of these games.
Really?
I think it's just really difficult because the team is going to play a certain way and you have a certain way of playing, and sometimes I feel like the post players are more successful in these games because you have normally the height advantage, the strength advantage down low, and I mean that's kind of a result of what we've seen today with Little Paige Bugs and Fauntleroy.
That's a really good point. It's interesting. So if you're like Talia Scott or a player on the perimeter, you don't even really get a chance to get lathered up.
Yeah, it's just tougher. It's tougher to get your shot off, and they're going to pack the paint, so if you're not shooting the ball well, it's more clogged in the paint.
Shaking and baking on the outside is Moyne, walking a tightrope. Lombardi knocked away. Here's Johnson. Johnson knocked to the floor. Another foul on Moyne.
Yeah, really good steal by Markayla, and I kind of agree with Coach Collins. Looked like she kind of kicked her, stuck her leg out, tried to trip her.
Third foul for Clark. And you think that they're looking at it again?
Yeah, I think they will. She stuck a little leg out. Didn't look like she was going for the ball.
The previous play is under further review.
So they're replaying it right now. Possibility that this will be upgraded to a flagrant of some kind. Here it is again. Ooh.
Yeah, she looked like she was playing soccer. Like, I'm just not sure that was even a play on the ball right there. So I think that's why they went to go look at it.
Or like a kick save, like a hockey goalie, right? I mean, that was. I don't think it'll take them too long to figure out exactly what the intentions were. Now it's a matter of what the grade of the foul will be.
Yeah, I will be surprised if they don't upgrade this because that was a swift kick right there.
It's been a tough day for Clark, one of their better players, and she has not made a shot yet. Played 9 minutes, has 3 fouls. Moyne shooting 27% so far on the afternoon. You flip that on its head for Baylor, they're shooting 62%. And really, the Bears are cold from 3, just 2 of 8 from beyond the arc. Moyne, 3 of 14 from deep. Quick conversation for our officials, Zach Frost, Angel Kent, and Nina Norman, as Baylor has a 23-point advantage with 3 minutes left here in the second quarter. I feel like she just told him what it was. He said, yeah, I know. Now you would imagine this will get upgraded, Jordan, like you said. Here we go.
After further review, the previous foul has been upgraded to a flagrant 1. Baylor shoots 2 free throws, then gets the ball at half court.
How about that crowd awareness by our official, Zach Frost, who waited till they kind of settled down? That's poised.
Yeah, he was trying to get his words together over there. Because I don't know how many opportunities they get to announce replays and conclusions. They want to get it right, like we want to get it right. So they need some practice too.
11-0 run for Baylor. Scott with the keys right now. Yu-Ting Dunn, top of the key. Johnson elevates. Keeping it alive. Who else? Little Paige Bugs. Rocking and rolling. Give her 21 points. 7 boards.
I feel like we just sound like a tape recorder. She's doing the work for us at this point. But I want to remind everyone that I gave her that shout out to start the broadcast. And I feel like it fueled her today.
You saw the writing on the wall, and so did she. You were talking to her before the game. You got the drop.
I didn't, though. I didn't. I got the aura, they call.
Basket is waved off. Another look. Here is the rebound and the putback.
Yeah, she's just tipping the ball. But as I mentioned, like, post players have the advantage here. She has the clear height advantage, the clear athletic advantage. Literally tips the ball to herself and puts it in for 2.
So she didn't tell you, I'm going to be aggressive today. I'm getting
No, she didn't. I came in here today and I was like, she's going to have a good game. She has to.
Back at the free throw line, Talia Scott. Ooh, in and out. Second miss of the afternoon, uncharacteristic. Now 5 of 8 from the free throw line. Came into the evening, or afternoon, I should say, shooting 90%. So quietly, it seems, Scott has 10 points.
Yeah, normally I would say she has loud nights. She makes plays for her team, but tonight, and I think this is good for her. I think you're human. That's why they have averages in basketball, because you're not going to have your best night every night.
Another 3's off the mark for the Dolphins. Nelms rips the board. Here's Scott surveying. That ball is like a yo-yo. Gathers too strong. A little Paige Bugs, another rebound. That's her first miss of the night, by the way, but she was fouled.
Yeah, she's like, Talia, you don't have it. I have your back. Don't worry. Just get it up on the rim, and I got you. Yeah, right here, just another look. I think Talia Scott is forcing it a little bit. I mean, you've been having so much success early in the season. It's difficult to take a step back, so just continuing to impose her will. But Dariana Little Paige Bugs has put on quite the performance today, going 10 for 10. This might be the only mistake she made all day is miss a free throw.
Inside of 2 minutes left in the first half. 29-point advantage for Baylor. Largest lead of the afternoon. Whistle is blown, and we've got a foul underneath, it looks like.
Or is it another time issue?
Yeah, it might be timing issue again, actually.
It's okay. I think the people on the clock are still warming up. Everyone's still warming up for the season.
Still
Only
November,
the second game at home for the girls.
And it has been a busy weekend. Baylor men played Tarleton on Friday. They won. Tough night last night for Baylor football. And here we are back at Foster Pavilion. So the shot clock was not moving. It's been taken down 16 seconds to 13. Wangalo dissects. Miscommunication. Yu Ting Dun takes it away and finishes.
And she really just outran her. Like it was like a race to the ball, and she just took off and was able to put it in right there.
She is a thoroughbred. Really no ceiling for that young woman. Be really cool to see how she develops at Baylor after a season at Auburn where she didn't join the team till January, really didn't get her feet underneath her. This is really her first full run at it. Wangalo, extra pass, Matthews 3-try. Looked like Little Paige Bug might have gotten a piece of it. And we will travel the length of the floor for a couple of free throws coming for Talia Scott.
Talia Scott has 2 shots and looks.
Foul was on Lombardi, her first. Point advantage for Baylor. Shot clock at 13, game clock at 28. Matthews, nice backdoor look. Wangalo will go to the free throw line.
And really good back cut right there. Looked like things were not moving. They were kind of stuck on the right side of the floor over there, and good back cut right there to try to get the ball up on the rim.
Almost 8 minutes without a point. So they break the drought, but the damage has been done. Just 4 points here, 3 points in the second quarter for Moyne. Stifling Baylor defense. Game clock at 7. Nelms, nice take. Almost better finish, pass by Scott. At the buzzer. Wow. That's some good news for the Dolphins.
What a stop.
Coach Collin will begin the second half with her starters. Talia Scott off the mark, but beginning the second half just like she started is Dariana Little Paige Bugs.
Yeah, she didn't even need to give her a speech at halftime. She just skipped halftime and came out here. She just continues to get rebound, put back.
And through the hands, Clark couldn't grab it. It's been that kind of afternoon for the Dolphins. 13 turnovers. Van Geitenbeek thought about it, charging to the hole. That's a big bucket for her. 1 for her last 10 from the field. Has not been scoring much this season. A great attack.
Yeah, no, good to see the ball go in for her. She really needs to gain her confidence back. We talked about a lot about Talia Scott's injury. Van Geitenbeek was also out last year with injury, so just kind of getting her footing back, getting back to who she is.
A whistle off the ball. It looks like we've got a foul underneath. And the foul is on Van Guytenbeek. Yeah. It's interesting. She missed all of last season, and she comes back, though, as a really important part of the Baylor, the team dynamic this year.
Yeah, the coaches really trust her. I think you always need that player that you can trust, along with who else, who other than Little Paige Bugs can you trust on this team. But just to be that leader on the floor, you have a Talia Scott and a scorer, aggressive player, and sometimes, like we've seen tonight, she's forced it a little bit. So you need somebody who can settle the game down for your team.
Baragas had 22 rebounds to go with 20 points in her last outing, a loss to Lafayette. She now has 4 this afternoon. Scott takes the baseline, finds Van Guytenbeek, who knocks down a tray, her second of the season.
And sometimes it just takes a basket to go in to see your confidence rise. Right there, I'm really happy she didn't hesitate and just caught it and put it right in.
Another turnover. Take another look at that Van Guytenbeek tray.
Yeah, in the right spot at the right time, drifting to the baseline, creating an open lane for her teammate to pass to.
Bears perfect this half. 4 of 4 from the field. Little Paige Bugs, so quick, wrapped around, try to get it to Johnson, turnover Baylor. 10th of the night. Johnson steps into the passing lane. She is fouled. Flops to the ground and smiles.
I feel like she just wanted to take a break right there. Did her work on the defensive end and like you said, sprawled out on the floor.
Step back. Way off. First miss for Little Paige Bugs. Backdoor cut. And a nice finish for Caden Clark.
Yeah, that was a really good finish right there, just taking her time on the back cut. I think they've had success with the back cut, but you can't trade baskets when you're down as much as they are.
Scott floats to 2 more. She has 16 on the afternoon. Scott shakes and bakes. Walks the tightrope on the baseline. Tried to get it to Little Paige Bugs. Jump ball coming up.
Yeah, just taking another look at the back cut. Good pass and finish by Clark right there. Possibly through the contact, but just something they can build on. Use back cuts, use motion, because they're not going to just power through Baylor with the dribble.
The 7th ranked Baylor Bears up 61-23. High arcing 3, quick release, can't fall. Lennon made 2 of her first threes, 2 of her first 3 three-point attempts, but is now 2 of 7 on the afternoon. Little Paige Bugs, the senior from Oklahoma City, who has been rolling, is tripped up. Hanging onto her left leg, but is quickly assisted to her feet by Fauntleroy and Johnson. So Baylor, 7th in the country. How much does that help them going into their early part of the season where they're about to go to Orlando and take on Iowa and Davidson?
It helps you, but it also forces you to try to maintain the play that you showed early in the season. I don't think, like you said, people have expected from them. So it's just finding a way to continue to put games together and be the number 7 team every night.
Fauntleroy certainly playing like a top 10 team. Baragas draws the foul on Fauntleroy. That's 4 on her.
And that's been something that, the only thing she's done wrong tonight is continue to just bring her arms down or get little silly fouls that she can avoid if she just plays straight up and down.
That's my bad. That's her 3rd foul.
And she's in good position right here. I think it was kind of a gimme, but you tried to block it. Maybe it wasn't much there. Something in the NBA they call marginal contact, if they had that in college.
Well, fans are excited because everybody gets cupcakes if somebody misses 2 straight free throws, but that doesn't happen. Scott weaves her way through traffic and drops it off for Johnson. Can't finish with the left hand. Lennon on the left wing in front of her own bench. Johnson almost creates another steal. Clark between her legs, looks underneath. Jumper by Lynch, too short. Another rebound for Little Paige Bucks. And Baylor will head to Orlando again for a game on the 20th, and basically playing a back-to-back right now as we get ready for break, and we'll talk more about this when we come back. But quick inlet pass from Van Geitenbeek to Fauntleroy, and she'll go back to the free throw line.
But you mentioned how Coach Collin is the X's and O's, the video play, the everything, but she's a situational person too. And if you notice, out of every timeout, every dead ball, she's going to try to run something for somebody or expose something that she sees on the defensive end. And right there, she just ran a cross screen on the block straight into Bella Fauntleroy, who had a nice day today with 12 and 4.
First free throw is good. Yeah, you feel like Coach Collin just never takes, and again, you know way better than me, but she almost never takes any time away, it feels like. She's always grinding.
Yeah, you can pretty much find her in her office whenever with her dog, Scout. But she's always up there. She's always working. She's always just trying to get better and find the best way to coach her players.
Was a heck of a player herself at Marquette. That's why she's hard on guards like you, because she was always looking for the teammates. She had, I think, averaged about 6 assists a game.
Yeah, and I know she does not like people to turn the ball over. So I think she influenced me on that end, but yeah, she definitely does not want her guards to turn the ball over. Like, that is her #1 fact. Like, just save me the possession and I can get us into something else.
And it's amazing. This is her 5th year at Baylor.
Yeah, time has flown.
Flying up the left side is Scott. The 7th leading scorer in the country playing unselfish. Drops it off, and 2 more for Baylor. They are rolling. A season high 15 assists for the Bears. Scott again at the controls, again shaking and baking and finding their teammate. Abraham couldn't seal the deal this time. Dolphins get the rebound and head up into the forecourt. Nice aggressive take, denied at the hoop, Lombardi. Scott tried the no look, kicked it for Johnson, but it was kicked out of bounds by Lemoyne.
Yeah, just another look at the fast break. Talia Scott, she's a scorer. We've talked about that, but this is the next level to her game, is finding her teammates in transition, finds freshman Markayla right there, able to get an easy basket for her.
Ooh. A foul, I'm sure, that Lemoyne and Miss Dincher, as we see her right there, just got hit with the foul, wishes they could have that. And there is Talia Scott with a season-high 7 assists. Johnson at the free throw line now. Now 4 of 8 on the season shooting free throws. The freshman, one of the best 40 players in her class coming into college basketball this season, hits 1 of 2 free throws.
Yeah, she's really talented, but she has a lot of learning to still do to get more minutes on this team. But you see, they're going to use her for defense and her energy like she's showing right now.
Oh, and Talia Scott just takes it away. She's going gangbusters, 2 more for her. Three try from the top of the key, way off. Scott, big game hunting, 2 more. 18 points on 5 of 9 shooting.
Yeah, when there's a will, there's a way. And she's finding her way out here. She's not gonna let anyone stop her. She's dished it out, as you said, a season high 7 assists and now 18 points.
Another look as Bella Fauntleroy peels herself up off the ground. This is the Scott steal.
Yeah, getting it done on defense, just doing everything. I can't imagine she's going to play too much more tonight because she's just done everything for this team.
2:18 left in the third quarter, and there is Bella Fauntleroy. Her head was banged into the deck on that last possession. Official Zach Gross says, "You okay?" She said, "Yeah, I'm fine." Let's see how fine. Looks pretty good to me.
Yeah, and she knew she was going to shoot that ball before she even got open. She was running with her hands ready to shoot that ball before it didn't matter what the defense was doing. She was going to shoot that ball.
Matthews controls. Short gets her own rebound. Fauntleroy. Baragas. There we go.
And I thought when she's taking her time in the paint and used those double moves and head fakes, she's been successful down there.
Whistle with 18 on the shot clock. And we'll have a foul on the ball. A couple more free throws coming for Talia Scott. And Scott always in attack mode, 8 of 11 from the free throw line already. How important is that if you're Baylor this season to have a consistent threat on all 3 levels?
It's super important because like tonight, you're not going to always shoot your best from 3. I think to start out the season, she's been hot from 3, and tonight she wasn't able to find that, but still create points for your team at the free throw line, drawing fouls, getting others involved.
McLeod. Johnson is all over her. Dribbling behind the back. Clark loses it. They scramble on the floor for it.
I think if you expect to scramble on the floor, Bella Fauntleroy is going to be down there trying to get the ball for her team. She's done it offensively tonight, but she is their defensive player. She is the head of their snake on defense. They depend on her to guard some of the best players on each night. And so I think right there, just another example of who she is. Hustling, getting on the floor, first to the floor. She's going to do all of the little things for her team.
2 shots coming for Fauntleroy. 1 of 2 from the free throw line tonight. Playing in her 107th game and 72nd start. And with 17 points now, she's 4 points away from 1,000 in her career. Inside of a minute. Baragas, strong take, couldn't finish. Abraham was all over her. Jump ball, possession favors the Dolphins. Long 3, nothing but the bottom of the net for Clark. Fauntleroy out of control. Ball's knocked out of bounds, last touch by Clark. Dolphins showing a lot of heart, and every possession, I mean, they have showed zero quit. Just, they don't have the horses to keep up with a team like this. Ranked 7th in the country right now is Baylor.
Yeah, they haven't shown, effort has not been their problem tonight, and we've seen the 5 in, 5 out almost each time down. They are sending the bodies in, just trying to find a way to stay and get back in this game, or just get a bright spot for their next matchup.
Van Geitenbeek pumps it to Dunn, knocks down a tray.
Well, it seems like Baylor's out here having shooting practice. Like you mentioned, like warming up, just getting shots, routine shots they practice every day.
6 assists for Van Geitenbeek as the quarter ends and Baylor remains in serious control. 81-29.
Yeah, just what a shot by Dunn right here. Open, almost like you're just in Olivia Miles, and obviously Iowa State and Audie Crooks and what they have over there. But I don't think this is indicating of what's going to actually happen. I think it's just preseason polls or preseason polls.
You don't buy the preseason polls.
No, they can get you a head start, but I don't know if they ever tell the true story.
You buying that 3 from Bella Fauntleroy?
1,000 points. I mean, that's,
there you go.
Somebody scored 1,000 points. I'm gonna give it credit.
Bella Fauntleroy having a day and also having a career. Congratulations to her for hitting the century mark. Yu Ting Dunn. They want her to go left. She goes left, then shifts back to right side and misses. Van Geitenbeek with the Pistons always pumping, drops it off for Johnson, who is fouled. Shot at a 3-point play coming up. 8 assists for Van Geitenbeek.
Yeah, really nice day from Van Geitenbeek, just getting back into her groove. We talked about her struggle to start the season, but a game like today can boost that confidence for you and just allow you to get back in who you are and what you do.
Really has an opportunity as we see Bella Fauntleroy right there. Hugging assistant coach Tony Green, 1,000 career points for her. Rattles out for Johnson.
Yeah, now that I think about it, Coach Cullen knew she only needed 3 points. She ran a play for her to make that 3, so she could celebrate her 1,000 points today. That was nice of her.
And now that's the definition of a player's coach right there.
Yeah. See, everyone's just speaking to what I was saying today. I bring a certain type of
aura, as
yes,
you said.
Aura.
Oh, how about that? Nelm says, check out my aura.
Yeah,
stretching out the D.
Sharing is caring.
Into the game is Pemberton, grabbing the rebound. Van Geitenbeek twists out of trouble. Nelms to the North Dakota transfer, Pemberton. Done. Van Geitenbeek tees up another tray. That was halfway down. Somehow comes out.
Yeah, why not? She hand down, man. She's all the way at the Big 12 logo. She took disrespect to that and stepped up right there and knocked that 3 down.
And you love seeing the teammates enjoying the success. Shot clock at 8. Dolphins trying to activate. Long 3 coming up here. Ooh, almost goes down. Knocked out of bounds. Baylor basketball. So it's November 16th. Like, are all these players in tip-top shape, or are some of them still playing their way into shape, you think?
Yeah, I don't know if you can ever be in game shape until you play a game and maybe somewhat in shape, but until you have to play that 38-minute game where you're nip and tuck, it gets fast-paced, you're running up and down, I think that's when you realize you're in shape or not in shape. But this game has served them well. It had a lot of stoppage. It's when you don't foul a lot and you're just flying up and down the court, the breaks are short, and you have to catch your second win.
Was there a particular season or time in your career where you were like, man, I am in great shape, I can go all day, and it proved to be a real advantage for you?
I'm not sure if I ever hit that point. I'm not sure if you just ever you could just predict that. Maybe you're in really good shape and you felt like you gave your all, but you're always exhausted.
If you're not exhausted, you're probably doing something wrong, right?
Yeah, that's what at least the coaches say.
Great move. 2 more points for Wangalo.
Well, that was a nice crossover right there. She kind of left Scott on that one.
8 points for Wangalo. Van Geitenbeek finds Talia Scott. Scott finds Nelms. Pemberton led North Dakota State in scoring last year, is on the board this season. Her first bucket of the year.
Does that make everyone on the board who has played in the game today?
I think it does. No. Abraham. Kyla Abraham hasn't scored yet.
Well, come on, Coach Collins. Sub her back in.
Dribbling behind the back. Clark sticks it. 7 points for her.
They put back-to-back possessions together. I think, like I said, these last 5 minutes are not about winning or losing the game. It's about what can we take into the next game? What momentum can we take? What good things can we learn from this game?
Bodies hit the floor. Will head the other way after the offensive foul. Looks like that one's on Nelms.
Yeah, just a nice drive, stop on the dime behind the back, knocks it down.
Ooh, Pemberton, quick hands. And Clark answers back and somehow finds Wangalo. Wangalo drifts right, blanketed by Van Geitenbeek. Shot clock at 7. Firing the backdoor pass was Johnson. Knocked out of bounds, last touch by Baylor. So Baylor's got 3 players that have scored 20 or more points. Last time they had 3 20-point scorers in a game, December 18th, 2020, against Northwestern State. Melissa Smith, Queen Egbo, and Hannah Gusters.
Yeah, that's quite a long time ago. That's impressive, though. I mean, if you think about it, that's 60 of the 90. Like, you got to be scoring points to get that.
It's been a minute. inside of 5 minutes. Scott with 20 points, averaging more than 25 on the season. Wanted a foul, didn't get it, comes up short. Wangala. Quick trigger to try to go inside to Johnson, but hands up defense by Nelms creates another turnover. Van Geitenbeek probes. Here's Pemberton to Scott. Wangala. Tough defense. Now she'll get matched up with Scott. Shot clock at 9. Scott gets the screen. 15 feet away from the hoop, finds Nelms. Can she knock down 2 threes? Can't do it. Clark tees up a 3. Van Geitenbeek grabs the board and hustles across half court.
Yeah, we might be seeing some of that fatigue you asked me about. I think everyone's looking for this media timeout that we haven't reached yet.
Scott with 8 assists and 20 points. And we will get that media timeout with 3 minutes and 38 seconds left to play. Here at Foster Pavilion, Talia Scott inbounds. Looks like we have an offensive foul on Dunn. Yu-Ting Dunn had to get a little physical to free herself and committed a foul doing so.
Yeah, no doubt about her physicality right here. She tried to go right through the defender.
Nice fake and finish. Dincher going to work. 5 points on the afternoon for her with that.
They put some nice buckets together down the stretch here. I think they can take those in their back pocket into their next game.
That's what you've been talking about, stuff to build off of. And some defense they can build on too right now. Baylor hasn't scored in over 3 minutes. Abraham tries to change that, Wangalo grabs the free board. Abraham got a paw on it. 5th block of the night for Baylor. 11th in the country with 7.9 blocks a game. Ball's knocked out of bounds. Possession will stay here. So there's Talia Scott, 20 points, 5 rebounds, 8 assists. I don't think she'll get to a triple-double, and that's good because our last triple-double here at Baylor was accomplished by Jordan Lewis. How about January 29th, 2022, 10 points, 10 rebounds, and 11 assists against West Virginia, no less, a conference opponent on the road.
Yeah, we weren't playing scrub. No, just kidding. No, it was a tough night. And actually, Coach Tony Green, the defensive coach over there, told me I was a really bad rebounder. So I told him I'll show him that night. I was guarding an offensive rebounder, and I'm like, I'm going to get 10 rebounds. And I got my 10 rebounds.
So that was it, huh? You basically, a challenge was laid down.
He was challenged. I was challenged. My offensive, my blocking out on defense for rebounding was not very good back then. So.
I love that, though. What an athlete you are. Like, what a competitor. Chip on your shoulder. I'm going to show him, and you get a triple-double.
You got to.
What's it like when you come down the stretch and you know, okay, I need one more rebound? But you don't want to be super selfish or like weird about it, as we see another 3 knocked down by Dincher. Good for her.
I didn't know. They told me. She was like, we were up big in that game. She was like, you can try to get another rebound or.
Jordan, you had no idea?
No, I didn't.
Jordan.
We were trying to get out of there. It was snowing. I was over it. We were just trying to get back home.
Well, you got back home with the triple-double. Knocked out of bounds. And we've got a foul. 7-0 run, by the way, for the Dolphins here. Baylor doesn't have any points in the last 4 minutes and 46 seconds. Kira Pemberton, 6'1" junior, changes that situation. I like that release, kind of winds up.
Yeah, I was just looking at her free. I don't know that I've seen somebody shoot like a jump shot free throw, but I mean, it works for her. She went 2 for 2.
She's from British Columbia, Langley, British Columbia, north of the border. A great pickup in the offseason for Baylor. And you see the ferocious defense there. Lynch can't finish as she got free. Scott still in the game. Extra pass, done. Beautiful sequence from the Bears. 9 assists for Scott. One more assist for Scott. It'll be a points assist, double-double.
Yeah, just a really good job by Scott. She rejects the screen, and instead of trying to put up one of those fancy shots she can make, she passes it off to her wide-open teammate.
Another 3 for the Dolphins. Dincher having a moment.
She's kind of come alive in this fourth quarter. Like I said, just something to build on, something to bring you confidence going into that next matchup.
And Scott knocked to the floor. And if you're at home right now and you're a Moyne Dolphins fan, you're like, hey, why is Talia Scott still in there? Look, everybody in uniform on the Baylor bench has played. This is the team.
Yeah, somebody has to play, so why not Scott? Why not try to get her a double-double? She has 25 and 9, so she's sitting on that 1 assist. I'm not sure, 32 seconds.
Best quarter played by Moyne. They've got 14 points and they've held Baylor to 16, but at this point it's all academic. Scott between her legs and is fouled on the floor by McLeod. Baylor in the bonus, so that'll put Scott at the free throw line, where she is 10 of 13 on the afternoon. Averaged 20 points her freshman year at Arkansas, injured last year at Auburn, played just 3 games, and she has been lights out so far here in Waco. Gets it to fall, 22 points, just 3 points shy of her average of 25, which is good for 7th in the country right now. And Scott, after they pick the pocket, transition game. Looking for the double-double, can't get it. The bench really wanted it, as that would have been her 10th assist.
I think they're looking for this 100 points too, and Coach Collin is not going for it.
Baylor has 4 100-point games under Nikki Collin, and it'll stay that way.